The following is a quick demonstration of the Connexient MediNav wayfinding app to illustrate a use case of how we could take a patient or visitor from outside the hospital using our Google integration to get the patient to the hospital from their home, allow them to select a destination in the app inside the hospital, and then navigate them to the closest parking garage, allow them to save their parking spot once they arrive in the garage, and then provide blue dot turn-by-turn navigation right to their actual appointment. So for this demo, we're actually showing a live customer app, which is the NIH Clinic Take Me There app. So this app has been deployed at the NIH Clinic in Bethesda, Maryland, in over 4 million square feet of hospital space. So the app is highly customized. This is a white label app that we've developed for the NIH Clinic with their branding. A number of different ways that I can select a destination here through these different tiles or buttons. I could do that by department, by clinic. I could do that by a room number. I could do that by a physician and get navigation right to a physician's location inside the hospital. So a lot of flexibility in how I select my destination. But let's go ahead and show what this user experience would look like if I were in fact still outside the hospital. MediNav will first determine whether the user is currently inside the hospital, in which case it would provide a blue dot on an indoor map and provide turn-by-turn navigation. But in this case, it's recognizing that I'm still outside the hospital. It's picking up my actual GPS address. And now it's simply asking me where I would like to go. So I tap on that field. I can choose my destination inside the hospital. I could even choose to go to other locations outside in the surrounding area, as you see here in the Bethesda area. A lot of different ways. For example, at NIH, I can select a destination. These are all different points of interest that are shown on the indoor maps and can be used for navigation. But to keep this simple, I'm going to just select a department. I can either select off a list or I can do a free search here. So I'm going to then type in cardiology. This is where I'd like to go. It'll narrow down that list into the cardiology clinic. So the first prompt that I'm getting from the app is what type of transportation I would like to use to get to the hospital. We offer driving directions. We can tie right into the local public transportation system, whether that be bus routes or metro routes. And we offer a walking option. So if somebody's using this to navigate between multiple buildings on a campus, you can use this from a walking perspective as well. But in this case, I'll accept driving as the mode of transportation. And now what we're doing here is we're asking whether the user would like to use our parking planner feature. Because again, since we know they're coming from outside, we can actually recommend the closest parking garage to get them as close to where their final destination is inside the hospital. So that's what this is going to do. Now at NIH Clinic, we added a special, we call it a campus entry wizard, because in the case of NIH, depending on what type of user you are, we will then get you to a certain entry gate on their campus or even to a parking garage. So that's a special customization we did for the NIH Clinic. So let's say in this case, I'm saying I'm a patient family member. So here we are now, the app is going to recommend that I park in P1, and with our Google integration, we will take you right to that parking garage. Now, of course, we can show the patient or visitor other parking options on the map. So perhaps you might have valet parking that you want to make them aware of, and they could possibly override the recommended parking location to go to valet. But in this case, I'll accept that recommendation of P1 patient parking, and now I'm going to go ahead and get a route. So what we've done here is we've integrated Google Maps, or in fact it could be Waze or Apple Maps. The user has the choice as to which mapping solution that they use, but we very seamlessly integrated these outdoor mapping platforms right into our hospital wayfinding solution. So in this case, I will then choose Google Maps, and it can then get me to my destination here with a deep link right into Google Navigation, or use step-by-step directions. So now Google would get me to that recommended parking location, and when I arrive, in the case of NIH Clinic, they've implemented the BLE beacons right out in the parking garage, several garages. We've mapped out the parking garages down to an individual parking space level. So as soon as I drive from outside uh, to inside the parking garage, our technology will recognize that you've made that transition, and this screen will automatically come up at NIH Clinic as soon as I drive into the parking garage. So essentially it's saying, when you're finished parking, please save your parking location, and you can use our Take Me to My Car feature to get you back to your car once you're done with your appointments. So if I tap on Save here, it's going to literally save my parking spot, remember where I parked, and then now navigate me to my final destination. Now this is showing another feature that we have, which is hours of operation. So since I'm doing this at night, it's telling me that this particular department is closed at this particular time, but I can go ahead and just continue that route. So again now, even from out in a parking garage, that blue dot will come up. It'll provide turn-by-turn navigation here with a flashing red arrow, which is our route, to get me into this particular lobby, outside the garage, up an elevator to my final destination. So we'll take you up an elevator, get you to a different floor, to floor 7, and then continue along your route to your final destination. Okay, I won't continue the entire route. But just to say here, to finish this demonstration, if it's a couple hours later, I've completely forgotten where I parked my car, I can come back into this parking area. I could see where my car is inside the garage, or I could simply say, take me to my car, in which case the application will position me where I currently am inside the hospital with a blue dot and provide a route with turn-by-turn navigation right back out to where I parked my car in the garage. So just wanted to illustrate how those transitions work, and the fact that with Connexient, we can recognize when you're going from outdoors to indoors or indoors back to outdoors. We can flip between Google Maps and our indoor maps and provide a very consistent blue dot experience for a patient. And this is really part of what we call our overall airline check-in patient experience model, providing that true end-to-end wayfinding solution. Thank you very much.